Welcome to Breakfast Talkos, the podcast where we talk about whatever we want, including people who just love lying to kids, which we'll be talking about in this episode. We are your hosts,
Andrew,
Cash,
and guest host,
Jasmine.
Welcome to the show, Jasmine.
Yeah. Okay, so who's gonna start this episode?
I will. Lies. There's so many lies my parents have told me. One of them was that my parents told me if I eat the watermelon seeds, I was gonna grow a watermelon.
Inside of I've heard this before.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people. I don't know.
I don't think I ever got told that, or I ever believed it.
I don't think I was told that ever either.
My parents told me that, and I was traumatized. I haven't touched a watermelon since.
Ever?
Really?
You just don't eat watermelon?
Sometimes I do, but I take out the seeds.
Traumatized. Why would they ever tell you that a watermelon? Because the seed's not necessarily good for you, is it?
No. Can't they
They're
get
seeds.
stuck in your throat?
Yeah. Maybe it's
Well, I
a
mean,
child.
if you got a tiny throat.
Yeah, well, you're talking to a child. You got
Yeah,
a
I
tiny
mean-
throat.
Talking to us, we got deep voices, so we got big throats.
Yeah. Okay, I've been waiting this. This is so good. Let's start out with a good one. Let's get this out of the way. I'm gonna put a little parent disclaimer that if you're listening to this with your child, let's just skip forward 5 minutes from now, okay? So see you then if you are a parent. So now let's talk about Santa.
Okay. I'm getting down to business, right? At
Just
the beginning.
let's get this out of the way. We need to talk about Santa. So your parents come up to you, you're 5, and they're like, "Hey, Santa gave you a gift," and you're like, you don't think, you're like, "Yeah, Santa, all right." Like he comes down the chimney, you don't really question because it's all magic.
Yeah, I don't have a chimney, but he gets in somehow.
Yeah. He like works with your parents, whatever. Yeah, presents, boom. Turn like 10, 12. Your parents sit down and have the very first of the talks. Hey, Andrew. Santa isn't real. And then they sit there in silence.
Another traumatizing kid story.
Yeah.
I kind of found out at a very young age that Santa wasn't real. I snuck into my parents' room when they were wrapping gifts. That was...
Oh, that's a bad way to find out.
Yeah.
I actually have a pretty similar story. This is actually with Elf on the Shelf.
Oh,
Okay,
I've
so
never had one.
yeah, so I totally believed in this, like for the longest time. So I was like, yeah, every night, I'm gonna go every morning. I wake up, go find Buddy. I'm so off. That's totally not his name. But anyway, so go find Buddy. He's probably like sitting somewhere. One night there was like, Buddy didn't move,
Oh,
and
no.
I was like, oh. I was kind of disappointed. Like, what the heck, Buddy? Like, why ain't you moving? And I was like, Mom, why didn't Buddy move? And she was like, magic. Yep, magic malfunctioned. Yep, I believed it. Okay, so anyway, back to my child trauma. I walked down into the basement and into the storage closet. It is October. And what do I find but Buddy sitting on the shelf looking down at me?
Oh, that is
I
so
am
sad.
8 and I am traumatized.
The way you said that was like, I walked into the storage room and I found nothing but Buddy's tiny face
Yeah, that was
staring
pretty sad.
down at me sadly. So this reminds me about your Santa. So one time, me and my brother thought of this plan. So we were gonna set up my iPod Touch in the corner, facing the Christmas tree,
Yeah.
and record all night.
Oh, okay.
And because we wanted to see Santa,
Yeah.
And I don't really know what happened, but we ended up not doing that. Maybe it was my parents that convinced us not to, or maybe it was just, oh well, my battery is my storage.
Yeah.
You know, those are all problems.
Yeah, my parents, I found out pretty badly. Oh, vegetables. Let's talk about vegetables.
Let's talk about some vegetables now.
Vegetables, yeah. My mom forced me to eat my vegetables. They were really gross. But I ate them anyways. Or I would just throw them away without her noticing.
Oh, that's dirty.
Child just like, whoosh, sucker.
That's how children become criminals.
Yeah.
How does that make me a criminal? But then I would get like a big roll of paper towels, and then I would just shove it on top so it didn't look like anything happened.
Yeah.
Don't you think your parents were ever like, why is there a whole bunch of paper towels in the garbage? I don't remember using this.
Yeah. So this is actually a trauma story from yesterday, kind of, in a way, because I had a theory, okay? So my mom was a big, vegetables make you big and strong, like carrots make you see in the dark, vegetables pretty much give you superpowers, you know, kind of like that. Of course, I believed that I wasn't getting these superpowers because I didn't eat my vegetables, okay? So I couldn't prove her theory wrong, and I couldn't prove her theory, like, right, you know?
Yeah.
You know, of course there were, like, sometimes, like, maybe I should eat my vegetables, and I'll just, you know, check it out, you know? But no. So my parents never had to try hard, because I apparently loved broccoli. It was a thing.
Okay.
I loved broccoli. I don't know why, I hate it now. That's all that matters. So yesterday, I walked to my mom, like, hey, I'm gonna record an episode with some, you know, breakfast tacos, and she's like, yeah, cool. What's about? I'm like, yeah, kids lying, and she's like, and I'm like, do vegetables actually make you strong? And she's like, no. And I was like, okay. And I kind of like took that to heart, and I was like, wow, I've just discovered something. Like, vegetables do not make you strong or see in the dark. They are healthy for you, which I know.
Yeah,
they are healthy. It's not just like crap, but they do not make you big and strong.
It's a very, very sad way to.
That is kind of sad.
Well, this isn't really a vegetable, it's more of a fruit. But I had this ice cream, it was melon ice cream. I hate melon now for many reasons because of it. I ate it, and then the next day I felt really bad and I threw up everywhere.
So it's because watermelon started growing.
Yeah.
No, like...
It started growing into your stomach, and your
was
body
like,
was like, no, this is not happening today, folks.
It was really bad. I woke up like at 2 a.m. and just started throwing up everywhere.
How long ago was this?
Not that long ago.
Oh.
This is like around April-ish.
Oh, so like this year.
Okay, so this hasn't actually ever happened to me, I don't think. But I know this definitely happens to people. So you have a goldfish. You can walk home with your goldfish, put it in a tank. You name him Goldie because you are 5.
Yep.
I had 7 pet goldfish.
7?
Yeah.
Like at the same time? Or just
like in the same week, they all died.
Oh. One for every day, or what was it?
Okay, so I won them at the rutabaga, and I had my fish, and at the time, my cousins came over, and my little cousin, she has experiences
Did she eat the fish?
Of killing fish. And so she decided, I'm gonna grab these fish. She grabbed them all, put them in different places around the house. She put one in the mop water, put one on top of a candle, hid one under the couch.
On top of the candle?
Yeah, like when it was melting.
Oh, God.
And then there was, so under the couch, and then in the toilet.
Well, I mean, at least there's water.
Yeah.
And the others just died of natural causes.
Wow. You have some, like...
So she took out like 5 fish that day.
Just took them. How does nobody notice that though? Like,
Oh, we did.
you just like see your cousin just putting a goldfish on like a lit candle, and you're just like, oh yeah, that's fine.
No, my mom found out. She's like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm just cooking a fish.
I'm just cooking it.
Wow. I'm like, that's fair. I can see children doing that.
Okay, shots don't hurt. They do.
Yep, they hurt. They hurt a lot.
Well, some are worse.
I've gone. Well, we're like 11 through 13. You get the painful shots,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those hurt.
which is fun.
But they're only over in a little bit.
Yo, and so another thing related to shots. Ever like building up till 11? Like I got one shot like one day, and we were like getting out of the vet, and I was like, oh, I don't know.
Getting out of the vet?
Vet? Crap.
You said vet.
Yeah, I use vet.
What are you, an animal?
Well, technically.
Well.
Anyway, so we were walking out of the clinic, and I don't know, like my mom's like, hey, you know, it's not as bad. You're gonna have to get 3 shots when you turn 11. I'm like, what? I was dreading turning 11. Like 11 was like the year. That's what it turned into. 11 is the year you get 3 shots, and that was scary. I fretted about that for forever. And then I walked in, and it was like, it was not that bad.
It was just
It was not bad.
It was like 2 days before my birthday, 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
This was last year in 7th grade. And my mom was like, oh, we gotta go get your shots. I was like, okay. I go, I don't think much of it. And then my sister starts to cry when she gets her shot. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be bad. I go in there, and I'm literally squeezing my other hand as hard as I can. And the doctor.
How old is your sister?
She's 12 now. She was 11. And I was
so this might actually hurt a little bit.
yeah. So I was squeezing my hand, and then the doctor was like, "Don't move too much."
Yeah, that's what they do.
That is not what you want to hear.
Before they put in like, okay, remember, relax. Okay, remember, make sure you're relaxed. It'll hurt more if you're not relaxed.
Yeah, and then you're like, what?
Whoa. Just like, am I relaxed?
That was pretty bad.
Okay, this is a really funny one. So my sister is 11. That's bad that I don't know that off the top of my head. Anyway, so she was like 7, of course. So we're in a stage.
I was 7 too.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah. So we have to we're in a stage where she's gotta get held down, and I'm at the stage. So I'm 2 years older than my sister. So I'm kind of big brother. You gotta be tough.
Yep.
You don't flinch, you don't want to cry, you don't want to make any noise. Of course, that's kind of not true, but also back then we were getting the easy shots. So I'd be like, yeah, I'm tough. But the doctor pulls out the syringe, and my sister's like, don't, please. And the doctor's like, hey, what'd you do this summer? Quick.
This is so mean.
I've heard.
Yeah, so that's how that went. And my sister remembers this for forever. Whenever we walk in to get our shots, she's like, hey, remember that one time that the doctor was like, hey, surprise, sucker. That's exactly how I was. Yeah, so that's a pretty good, yeah, we love talking about shots. Yeah, this has been great. I almost did the exact same thing I did last episode. You know, where I was like, yeah, well, you did great. Jasmine, you did great. Exact. Okay,
Just your signature line every episode.
Every episode.
You guys did
you guys did great. Let's figure this out. I love this topic. This is gonna be a great episode.
Yes.
Thanks, Jasmine, for coming up
and
recording with us, and not being scared of us after what we've done through our episodes and etc. And Cash, hit us with an outro.
Thank you for listening to Breakfast Tacos. So, I'm gonna get real personal with you guys. Sometimes my Mondays aren't that great, but it's okay, because every Monday, there's a new Breakfast Talkos episode for you to listen to. And we release at 5 in the morning, so you can listen to it whenever you wake up. Unless you wake up before 5, then just turn it on later. But, as always, good luck on your social studies test or whatever. We'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye. See you guys.
Bye.